They love the long shot in Philadelphia. And Maryland has been the underdog in every game this tournament. But John Tillman has taken the Terps from 1,000,000 to 1 to 1 of 2. For Notre Dame, it's 2 for the money. 2 Kavanaugh brothers, 2 to Wharton finalists, and a chance to make it 2 straight titles. 2 of the best face-off men in the country. Will Lynch for Notre Dame, Luke Weirman for Maryland. And Weirman jumped face-off violation number 1 on Notre Dame. Maryland with the ball first. They've knocked off 2 ACC teams. Duke in the quarters, Virginia in the semifinals after a thrashing of Princeton in round 1. Left-handed shot by Syracuse, and the underdog is on top early.
And they had the tunes pumping in the Terp locker room. This one's on Liam Entenmann. Watch it, he'll point to his chest after this one goes by his stick. He takes responsibility and accountability for this goal. If you stay with him, you'll see him. This is one that's right up his wheelhouse. He's grinding out long possessions and keeping their defense fresh.
Syracuse had it pop out of his stick. He recovers. Checked by Christian Alakwa. Good look here. Bounce shot, and it goes in.
During the delay, loose as a goose. They're playing with house money. College Park knows it.
Little communication issue between 2 Notre Dame defenders. They both end up inside covering the same man. Spanos is able to set his feet from mid-range, and this is a skim. This is a skim shot I'm talking about. That ball actually accelerates. It just, pow, it hops off the wet turf and skips.
And Riley Gray. Terps were in this situation a couple of years ago in the semis. They had a delay of 3.5 hours against Princeton. Taylor bottled up near the crease. Angrick shoots. Notre Dame on the board.
It's family-style offense. Taylor double-teamed, kicks it behind, boost and kill. One more up top. Everybody eats. Everybody shares the rock. Angrick, a year removed from ACL knee surgery, scores left-handed from point-blank range.
9 deep they will run at you from the offensive midfield. Most teams in the country are ecstatic if they have 5 or 6.
Erks of the Big Ten Freshman of the Year last season. This is Whittier now. Fires on the run. Entenmann makes the save. Nobody's made more saves in the history of Notre Dame lacrosse. Irish in transition. At Kavanaugh to Taylor. That's too easy.
Get a touch and throw an accurate outlet pass, and for Liam Entenmann, he has always been able to find that level point. His mind game, as good as it gets.
The deception here is subtle, but it is absolutely nasty. You look at the dip of the head and the shoulder that gets McNaney to bite low, and look where he finishes this ball on the opposite side of the battle-tested goalie.
Born Black Molliver had 5 points in the round 1 win against Princeton. They can play attack in midfield. Here's Spanos. He bumped down to attack at the start of the tournament. It's made a big difference. It's unlocked this offense. But Entenmann cat-like out of the cage. There's Riley Gray, part of that second midfield. Spun back to Kavanaugh. A little 2-man game. Kavanaugh was looking for the switch. Trying to get the shorty. Now brother Chris. Booze and kill. Philly area native. He's got his 2nd point of this national championship, and Notre Dame has the lead for the first time.
Credible in terms of closing gaps, being an additional score. The contact is here. The delay is over. The game is on. Buckle your chin strap. If you're the Irish, you have Liam Entenmann. Big save capability, and you'll roll 9 deep on the offensive midfield. 23 in white is one of them.
A year ago.
Second meeting of this season between these 2 teams. Notre Dame won the first meeting 14-9 back on March 3rd. Maryland with the equalizer. That's Jack Cadillac Chorus.
They played in front of huge crowds down in College Park this season, as did Notre Dame and Arlotta. Wing play will be paramount today. And an early offense, Chorus, seamlessly. He's a wingman on faceoffs. He's an old school midfielder, Paul, like a 1980s guy. He plays offense, he plays defense, he roams the middle of the field.
They all have the catapult system.
Syracuse to Maltz. Maltz 3 years ago, a 40-goal scorer, looking for the crease feed. It's picked off.
Some of these outside shooters like an Eric Dobson, and Ajax Zapatello told his unit, we cannot allow them to score 6-on-6.
Third midfield on for Notre Dame, and they cash in.
Beautiful ball movement. That's the pick right now that gets the entire Maryland defense to rotate. And when you have a quarterback, the best passer in school history in Pat Cavanaugh dealing, people cut with urgency.
2 assists for Pat Cavanaugh, terrific ball reversal.
Here is Faison. 5 points against Maryland back in March, his best game of the regular season. Now Dobson, an All-American with a lefty hammer. Fires on the run and shows off that lefty laser.
And then the damage is done.
The beautiful gift for this midfield in 2024 has been Jordan Faison, the wide receiver for Marcus Freeman and the Fighting Irish. He attracts the long stick. You have a 6'5" lefty hammer.
PM.
Picks in lacrosse, very similar to what you'll see with picks in the NBA.
Syracuse with the right hand. Entenmann with the save, looking for the outlet. He said he started wearing it last year, and they've been mostly winning, so he's kept it. Hasn't washed it. Final seconds, quarter number 1. Kelly has it taken away by Conlon, who turbines out of trouble. 6 turnovers for Maryland. Parlett sends it down. It was tipped by Spanos. Dobson's got the short stick red. He's seen a lot of short sticks this season, and he's been able to do that.
He's got blazing speed. Catches, it's just a simple exchange, and he airmails it over McNaney's head, so you're stuck now playing defense. And for the second time, Clark, Dobson gets to his strong left hand.
He does. He has been cooking in this first half, and Devin McClain's been the cherry on top.
And had a 3-goal, 3-assist game against Maryland in the regular season. Weirman wins it to himself clean. The trail check by Parlett. 40 in white, who normally wears number 21, has been the unsung hero. Gives it up to Kelly. Now Spanos. Bounce shot. Entenmann gobbles. And McClain against Stamos. Shot clock inside of 15. Down to 10. Chris Cavanaugh snakes and stings.
Late in the shot clock, Spanos from a severe angle. It's too easy. Look at Entenmann eye that one up. And then at the other end, the issue for Maryland, there's 2 Cavanaughs. It's not like there's one of them. There's 2.
They're daring Chris Cavanaugh to go left.
You know, the back part of a chair in front of us, in front of them, by shaking it so much during the course of the game.
Certain grit and competitive excellence.
Here's Chris Cavanaugh, gets free, fires, scores. Notre Dame pressing downhill.
No pick needed, just a simple cut, and not sure what Maryland is doing defensively on the interior. Ball watching, staring at the player behind the net. Cavanaugh catch, slicing his way through this Terp defense.
How about the awareness to feel that over the head check?
Here comes Dobson, steered to his right. He wants that left. Draws the slide, looking for Taylor. Tonight's going to be Maryland ball.
It's pros down the road, the PLL.
Zapatello, the 3rd overall pick in the PLL draft. A chance here for Maryland. And Chorus just got engulfed trying to release the shot.
Who's the guy that is going to complete a comeback for them?
Well, they did it against Duke in the quarterfinals, a game you covered.
Well, they've got to figure out how to slow down Notre Dame. 3 goals in a row for Chris Cavanaugh.
And the Kavanaughs know the onslaught will continue. They have Maryland guessing and a little bit of a backhand beauty. Older brother to younger brother. And this is improv and backyard at its best. You feel that topside pressure? How about some backside glory?
A lot of offense from Notre Dame. They've had the ball for most of this quarter. Chris Kavanaugh, marked by Canfield. Canfield dislodges it and vacuums the ground ball. Spanos with the short stick. Bounce shot, save Entenmann. Pitchforks the rebound out of the air.
Running the weave up top.
Pat Kavanaugh using the pick from Gray. Zapatello on him. Gray against Alviti, shoots low. McNaney without a stop. The second midfield strikes again for Notre Dame.
With a stout defense protecting Liam Entenmann. He goes down at first, and then he's quick with the hands up top and the great rebound control. On the offensive end, Kavanaugh dicing up top. Riley Gray has been so steady and consistent and aggressive this season as a member of the second midfielder. Graduate student from Chaminade, he can shoot through pressure. I think he's had a masterful season.
Only 5 seconds left before we get back to full strength. Skip pass. Terps could not really get inside, couldn't get much. Skip pass on the crease, finally! They answer the bell. It's Molliver from in close.
Your offense has to come to play, and this is a gorgeous skip pass. When a team defense is so compact because they have a goalie like Liam Entenmann, the seam is that skip through pass from top to bottom corner. And Molliver knows to beat Entenmann, you've got to have the goods. A little fake low, stick it high.
Had a big game against Notre Dame back in March. Inverts Parlett. Tries to get top side, and Entenmann snatches it upstairs. Pat Kavanaugh, 4 assists in the first half. 1 point away from 300 for his career. Kavanaugh behind the back. McNaney did get a piece of that one. 20 to shoot. McLean played attack at Brown. Inside roll. Turned aside by Sharkey. Now Faison near the crease. McNaney saved 2 in a row. Backhanded Faison gets it through.
Beat you with skill as well. He crashes the boards here on this first take. And then it's the backhand, which increases his angle. When you pick that ball up there, going backhand is like cannon at lefty.
More than 20 goals. Freshman midfielder out of Pinecrest, Florida. Wide receiver on the Notre Dame football team. Really burst. His production went through the roof late in the season.
Yes, they stuck around too, and he was a little quiet in the first half, and then he had a behind-the-back goal. In front of all of his boys. They erupted, shirts off, going bonkers.
Here's Brennan, Maryland down by 7. Settled sets have been difficult for the Terps. Maybe a look here. Brennan hesitates, skips it. Entenmann after a slow start, starting to get hot. Pat Kavanaugh to brother Chris, going low, kiss the stone.
Is the key to brilliance. Wing dodge, carried behind through X. Taylor draws a crowd inside. Maryland's defense just gives him too much real estate from the wing. And Chris Kavanaugh now having a May moment.
Yes, he is, Quint, and he knows they are less than a half away from back-to-back.
You got to think Pat Kavanaugh's in the driver's seat right now for the Tewaaraton Award, which factors in performance in the month of May. Angerick skips, doorstep, slam, dunk.
Give him the rock. He doesn't care if he feels it on the back end. You see the defensive pressure, the hit, the awareness to get that off quicker than the slide can recover to the backside. Hands of magic.
The Irish have opened up a 9-goal advantage. And the Irish have already handed 7 opponents their worst loss of the season.
That's mom. That's mom. Notre Dame's been buttoned up on ball and inside.
Chorus working on Parlett. Now Spanos. Jump shot left hand. Antonin, the veto power.
Pinnacle of their field. Doing a wonderful job today.
So they're shutting off Pat Cavanaugh. He's the trigger man. Normally,
top of the box.
Yeah, what dictates this unit is Jake Taylor inside. If teams decide to lock him off,
Terps looking for some kind of momentum. Maltz can't handle the pass. Another turnover by Maryland. That's 12 on 2 championship teams. Kevin Corrigan said he worked his tail off last year without any promise or reward of playing time. Dobson shot saved by McNaney. But Maryland gets something unsettled. McDonald kicks it ahead. They've got a trailer. Shot wide by Colin Sharkey, the Vermont transfer.
sitting there and working hard on the scout team and trying to get that opportunity. He was able to break through all those scenarios. I think you're going to see more and more of that in college lacrosse. Moving forward, you're going to see the developmental player. What's super interesting, too, is he mastered playing off the ball. 5-6 of the time you're away from the ball. You don't have to be a cover guy.
Jake Taylor. McNaney stopped it with his rear, finds it.
3 weeks ago, he's without a cell phone. Word got to him that Dad's playing in the national championship. Well, Dad is a heck of a lacrosse coach.
Fisher Finley providing yet another exclamation. That's that third midfield. And the Irish fans can feel another coronation.
Wow. Did you say midfield depth? This is a hammer of a shot by Fisher Finley. A big body, and I love the pattern on offense that allowed the ball to reverse back to the middle of the field. So he's staring down McNaney.
Kark, we saw it in Charlotte. They were scoring against Duke's first team, against Virginia's first team. Today they've scored now twice against Maryland's first team.
They just wear you out, and they've had valuable minutes.
Terps get one back.
Dad Brian played at North Carolina, is in a great high school coach. Pump right there, you hitch, and you go. You improve your angle. Again, catch, hitch, pop, step away, find a corner. Well done.
Yeah, the key to that hitch is how wide his base was. The wider the base is on the hitch, the more the defender turns to. She was able to fake high and shot low, and then leaving her feet, she makes that stop. It's incredible. And what a comeback by Acacia Walker.
Oliver against Faison, hung up on defense. Turns. Entenmann deflects, catches. Late 70s, 80s. Hopkins, North Carolina had their run. Syracuse had the title in 83. With the Gates, they had the three-peat, 88 to 90, the real ascension of that program. Princeton under Bill Tierney in the 90s. We saw what John Danowski. Whittier. Entenmann eats up another one. He got off to a slow start. He has settled in. Booze and kill. Save McNaney. Outlet to Zappitello. Sharkey steps down. Entenmann is there again.
From that weather delay, didn't have the greatest warm-up. It was pouring rain. Footing was a little bit off. But you watch the way that he progressed through this game and for decades, and they've had some amazing goalies. Entenmann, the best, but you think of the Scotty Rogers and the Kemp brothers. Been so many.
Since after the loss to Georgetown, they bounced back with that win over Michigan. If you plug in the tape and talk about impact, talk about a guy who's a catalyst, both in his production, the way he plays the game, that competitive grit, that competitive excellence. Pat Cavanaugh, to me, is an all-timer. Not only is a Tuarton winner this year. Wow!
I'll tell you what, I know it's garbage time, so to speak. It's the championship game. Notre Dame's up 9 goals, but Entenmann putting on a clinic here in this fourth quarter. That's going to be a flag. Stamos came over. Taylor found an angle and found an opening.
Started playing as a youngster for the Massapequa Mudhens Rec League. Today, he has been a brick wall. At the other end, play like a Cavanaugh.
And having Pat by his side for these first 3 years, what an incredible run.
Here's the vaunted, dare I say, third midfield. Bryce Walker has his shot turned away. And there is a Notre Dame tradition. At the end of the game, he will leave the bagpipe in the locker of a teammate. And that teammate has an off-season task. It's to learn how to play the bagpipes because he will lead Notre Dame out with Scotland the Brave next season. Entenmann still in there, turns it away.
Unsuspecting teammate looking at a summer of bagpipe lessons.
Spanos with less than 10. The bench can sense it. All that glitters is still gold. Notre Dame makes it back-to-back national titles.